So the carbon tax bills have been introduced into Parliament and the debate on climate change is back on. And we should all be an enthusiastic part of that debate, as long as we're clear what it is we're debating about. It's not about the fact of global warming. That's now established. An overwhelming majority of qualified scientists believe it's on, and no serious person is there to contradict them. You've got, of course, people like Andrew Bolt and Screaming Lord Monckton, but as Julia Gillard herself said, if you have to choose between Andrew Jones and the CSIRO on an issue like this, we'll take the CSIRO. There's still problems about exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen and where it's going to happen, but that something is going on is no longer in doubt. So that's not the argument. What the real debate's about is what, if anything, we're going to do with it. And here we have a clear choice. Julia Gillard proposes a carbon tax which will morph into a fully fledged emissions trading scheme. Tony Abbott suggests direct action by which we'll pay various industries, farmers and individuals to clean up their act. And here's where the experts come into it again, this time the economists. The Australian Treasury, and for that matter a whole raft of other respectable economists, say Abbott's plan will cost twice as much as Gillard's and may not be as effective. Abbott says that's nonsense. His plan will in fact cost less than Gillard's because he's only going to spend $3 and a bit billion on it. But the problem with that is if he caps the spending, the proposals won't work at all. Tony Abbott is effectively coming down on the side of doing nothing. And that's not really an option. People say that Australia's only produces a bit over 1.25% of the world's carbon emissions, and that's true. But if we don't do anything, we're just giving an excuse to everybody else not to do anything. America produces less than 20% of the world's carbon emissions, and they could equally say, well, that's not everything, we'll wait for everyone else too. So absolutely nothing happens. And Australia's the last country that should be dragging its feet. Every Australian produces more carbon emissions than every American even. We're right up at the top of the league in the world's worst polluters on a per capita basis. So we don't really, ethically, morally, scientifically, socially or in any other way, have a choice. So once again, it's time. I'm Mungo MacCallum.